Welcome, it's Stella here. Sorry, I'm still getting organised. Right, I think that's it. Okay, I'm going to make an album, or memory book as I prefer to call them, out of my newly designed Spring Breeze papers. Let me just show you. I think there's 12, is that the 12 or 16 in the range, and I'm not sure at this time. I can't remember, to be honest, how many I designed. And let's just have a look at them. I printed them out in A4 and I've cut away my white borders. So we've got that one with the little ovals and the hearts. Lovely green with white stripes and spots. And we've got pink, kind of a dusty pink with hearts. Lovely blue. Love this one. They're real pastel shades. And we've got green with hearts. And yellow. Pink. And teal. I call this teal. And then this one. That's super duper nice, this one. And then a horizontal stripe with all the colours. And then some more hearts on a cream background. So that's what we've got to play with. Just move that to the side. And we've also got photo mats and all mats for these pieces. So for these I used a few scraps for these pieces, and then I needed two or three? I think 3 12 by 12 sheets. So I'll get to the measurements of these in a minute. First up, let's go with our box board, or chipboard, or grey board, whatever you want to call it. I didn't put any markers on these. Disc. So I'm going inches today. Okay, we've got 5.5 by 7. 2 at 5.5 by 7. I was going to go 5 by 7, but then I found that it was rather kind of skinny. I didn't like that. So 2 at 5.5 by 7. 1 at 2.5 by obviously 7. 2 at 2 inches by 7. Now I'm going to be using, as my magnets, we're going to be using magnets. I'm going to be using this cloth tape to join all my pieces together. So that's where we're going. Obviously we are going to have our spaces between. And this, I've mentioned this cloth tape before. It is super fine, thin super strong, and it's a matte finish, and it's got a lovely what would you call it? Not grid. Almost like a corrugated lines across, like a fabric. You can't see it on my. Well, you might be able to see it there. Can you see it there? Not really. But anywho, it's matte, and this is 1¼ inches. And I like to use this to join my pieces together rather than using paper and risking cracking. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4 for the moment. 4 at 7 inches. Just under 7 inches. So I probably should have said 6 3/4 or 6 7/8. You don't have to go right up to the top, but preferably within a 1/4 inch from here to here. That's 3 and 4, and we will need another 4, so no, let's do them all. We need 8. I bought this tape from Temu, quite inexpensive, and there's oodles of meterage on it, absolutely oodles. I've used this a few times, and look, I've still got lots left. Okay, so 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and then we'll come back to this later. Okay, so we are going to join this one to this one. Just take off the backing. You can see how fine that is, how thin. Now I don't really want, I'm going 1.5 millimeters, which is, it's not 1/4 inch, that is 3/16 of an inch, I think. Just over 1/8. So I am putting that in there, right up to the box board. And then we're going to what have you done, Stella? Just trying to keep it as straight as possible. There we go. Now we can put that in. Right up close to it. Don't do anything else yet. Okay, another piece is going on this side. Oh, and that's our 2-inch piece, and now we want to go with our other back piece. I'm trying to think of 6 things at once. Okay, pop that in there, pop this in, and let's keep going. Oops, wrong side. Now our other 2-inch piece, don't forget our divider. I will forget that. Now our 2-inch piece goes in. I'll just trim this little bit off. Ooh, that does not look straight. Why is that? Ooh. No, we've gone wrong right back here. We have gone wrong right back there. I wouldn't use it again because it's taken off some of the box ball. How did that happen, Stella? How did that happen? Okay, that appears to be straight. That appears to be straight. So does that. Okay, so does that. It appears to be straight. Does that look straight to you? Okay. I will no doubt have to cut some more of this tape. Okay, back to that side. And a 2-inch piece. Well, you didn't. Do you know, I think I cut that smaller. No, I didn't. It's exactly the same, so perhaps if I stand up I might be able to see it better. It is smaller, and yet it's not. It is 7 inches, and that is 7 inches. So where am I going wrong? Where am I seeing it wrong? Because you can see definitely there's a little disparagement there. Which I don't understand. I'm going to cut that piece again because I'm really not happy with that, and I can't see where it is wrong. It is just wrong, and yet it is exactly the same size as that. to millimetre. So I'll just pause you while I just recut one piece. Okay, I've cut another one, just in case my cutting was a little bit off. And this one fits. As far as I can see, it fits. Just trim that a bit there. Not necessary, but here we go. So we need 1, 2, 3. Oops, we've got to do this one too. It's really quite easy to peel off. It's magic tape as far as I'm concerned. Absolute magic tape. Oh, wrong side. Not that it really matters, but I like to be consistent. Oops. And this is the 2.5 inch piece. And let's just trim a little bit. Okay, now we are going to put this dead center in the middle of that. Then we get our bone folder. Oh, where are you, bone folder? You'll do. And you'll notice it will lift up. That's good. It's lifting up because I'm pressing it into that gully. That gully we have created there. So I'm pressing that in. And now I can smooth that side down. Press this one in. Now I can smooth that side down. Flip it over. And we'll do the same with this side. So they'll be meeting in the middle and they will glue together or stick together. There we go. We need 1, 2 more of these. Middle. Now go in with the bone folder. You can see how they fold absolutely beautifully. Comes off super duper easy. It's lifting on both sides on this one, which is good. how straight my lines are cut. Not. Okay. See, I've got a little bit of a crease there, in fact bubbles. There we are, all gone. Right, look at all these lovely folds. And that's what we're aiming for. That there. Now we go to the sides, so we need another 2 this size. I like to do the sides first before I go across the top in one fell swoop. So, just halfway across, and then just fold it up and fold it over. Crease. It's a little bit short, and just hope that my top piece is going to cover that completely. Yep, got this just a wee bit short, but it should be okay. Should be. And over and pull. Gently pull it. Okay, I'm just going to go front, spine, back. I'm going to call it second spine because I don't know what else to call it. And flap. So that's the way it goes. And let's measure 2, and we're going over by just half an inch on each side, that's all. I'm going to start here because I'm concerned about that piece. So I'm going to make sure I cover that. Just take a little off at a time. Make sure I cover that. Easy peasy. It's half an inch or thereabouts. Half of it. And there. Bring her over. And stick it to the sides first. And now we're going to pull and pull and pull and pull. And then we're just going to cut off these pieces very carefully and very sharply. Just grab my max. I think I'm going to use a knife. Yeah, I'll just use this. Okay, see how beautiful that is? There's no sharp edges. Can't see any box board. Let's do the same with this one. Lovely. Okay, we're back to trimming, and just push that in and then trim. Beautiful. Okay. Now we are going to give you the measurements for my black pieces. What do you call them? Photo mats, more background or them? Sorry. Okay, for this, and this, I've cut black cardstock. Oh, before we go, this is 900 GSM box board. 900 GSM, which is about 1.5mm thick, I think. I like to use that. Sometimes I use 1100, which is very rigid, but I like the 9. Okay, so you need 4 pieces of black cardstock, and this is 216 GSM at 5 1/4 by 6 3/4. Now that is going to sit neatly in the middle of that and give you 1/8 of an inch around here, here and here, and there's a little more over on this side because of the gully, that little gully. But that doesn't matter, that's okay. And then this spine, don't worry about covering that. Then we will cover the back. And then we've got this one and the back of this one, which is, or the front of this one. We've got 3 at 6 3/4 by 1 3/4. So the 1 3/4 there on the back of that, and then on the back of that. Then we have 2 pieces at 6 3/4 by 2 1/4. That's going to go there and on the back of that. Okay. So we'll pop this aside for a minute, and let's grab our papers. I'm not going to worry about the front. I'm going to worry about the inside at the moment, not the front or outside, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the actual cover of the album. I may pop a little magnetic photo mat on it, or a shaker window. I'm not sure about that, so we're just going to cover these. For the inside we need two the big ones, and we need 1 of the 2 1/4, and we need 1 of the 1 3/4. So that's that, and that. And we're going to do a hinge system in between here. So let's choose our papers for this. These are just so pretty. So bright and pretty. I'm thinking I might go stripes inside, leave the hearts on the outside, maybe. So I think I'm going to go green, and blue, and difficult choices because they're just so lovely. They're just so lovely. Really like this for front. Okay, so that'll be my front. My front inside cover, and we'll cut that shortly. And then pink and green stripes, Pink and green, pink and blue. Actually, no, we're going to go with this one. No, we're going to go this one for the inside back. Half the fun is choosing your papers. Okay, so that's that one, and then we've got these two. So let's put this. We can do different ones on there. That's good. Okay. These are available on my Etsy shop if you're interested. So we are going to get our mat and our ruler. Okay, so this is 5 1/4 by 6 3/4, so my mat needs to be, pencil please, thank you. And that mat needs to be 5 by 6 1/2. That gives me 1/8 of an inch around. So, first one. Now unfortunately I should have designed another one of these going that way with the hearts, but the hearts are coming this way, so we're stuck with it. So what did I say? 5. Can't remember. 5 by 6 1/2. That's 5 across, and that's 5. I'm going to cut all the way up rather than out like that. Cutting all the way up. That's 5. By 6 1/2. And that depends where you want to put it on the paper. I could have started from there, but it doesn't matter. And these are one-sided. I didn't print on the other side because it's not necessary for an album. So they are going to go like this. Oh, and we are not straight, are we, Stella? Holy moly. Aha, you moved the ruler. You moved the ruler. 6 1/2. Come on, 6 1/2. That's it, 6 1/2. Subconsciously, I think I was worried about cutting my finger. Beautiful. That's one. Now for the centre back, I need the same size, so We need it to be 5. By 6.5. Let's see, no. There we go. This is such an old rotary cutter. Okay, I'm using this one for both the 1 3/4 and the 2. So I think we might go is 6.5. I did say 6.5, didn't I? 6.5 in length, so that's straight, and 6.5. I would love a new tabletop mat. I'd love a glass one actually. That looks pretty okay. 6.5. One and 3/4. Oops. Why is that too long? Oh, you silly woman. These ones are 1 3/4, so it's got to be 1.5. Just 1.5. Let's take off some of this pink. That's better. And this one is 2 inches, so 1 or 2 1/4 inches this one is. So it needs to be 2 inches. I rather like putting some of that yellow in. Inches. Good one. Let's pop these away for now. Working with paper makes my mouth dry. Do you find that? So dry. Water, nothing like it. Right, I was going to put that one there, so you can either wet glue or you can tape or double-sided adhesive sheet that you cut to an exact size. I am just going to use the wet glue at the minute for this one, all over wet glue, and let's place it on here. It's a little uneven around. We've got narrow at the top. Bummer. But it's okay, you won't really notice. So I'm going to use tape and glue. Which I could have done for the other side. Just something to square off my tape. Okay, and a reminder about using tape, it never dries. So I'm told. So I like to use both the tape as a security measure and the wet glue for the actual gluing. And I use art glitter glue. I sometimes use Aleene's tacky glue, and I do put it on the, whoopsie-daisy, on the tape there, and then in the middle. Make sure we've got it up right. And it looks right. It looks good actually. Okay, let's skip over spine 1, and then we're going to do this one. Today is February the 20th. A nice day, quite warm actually. Quite warm. Got my fan going in the background. I hope it's not a disturbance. And that's going in there. And what I am going to do is just pop something there so that I know that's my gully. That's the end of my gully there. Okay, tape first. Let's just frame it. Ooh, make sure we are the right way up. That's the end of our gully. Oops, where's the end of this gully? There. I've got to know. I've got to know. Okay, that's the end of that gully. And that looks about right. A little bit further down here. That's the trouble when you're working with black. Oh. Oh, have it. Oh. That's that. That's not straight. It's better. Okay, the second spine. I'm just going to do the glue on this because it's nice and narrow. It doesn't need any tape for security. There's our gusset there and there. Okay, do I need a Yes, I do. I need a magnet here to go there. That's where I'm going to put my magnets. Now I'm thinking of these super duper big ones. Ooh, yeah. So first up, we'll put that one, and I'm going about there. It looks to be the middle. Ooh, should I put some tape on it? Okay. I'll put some glue on there. Stand it up and fold it in so that this is absolutely square. And you'll see your little glue spot there. Put that on. And some tape on. And that is pretty square. It's nice. So now we're going to take off the backing. Looks straight to me. Go around the magnet with your fingers while pushing the paper down. And don't try and what am I trying to say? Elevate the magnet by pushing around it. You know, close to the magnet, like I've got there, and a little bit you can see there. I'm pushing too hard. Over here you can't see because I'm pushing away from the magnet. So let's just double check. We are good. And again, I'm just going to double check that my magnet is strong. Beautiful. Okay, now I do need to perhaps I should have put a bit of tape around the edge of this one. So the answer here is don't put your magnet so close to the edge. And it also depends on the thickness of your magnet and the size. So I should have actually moved it across maybe another 1/4 inch. but once our glue actually sticks, we'll be fine. Once it actually sticks and dries. So I'll just keep doing this for a little while. Make sure we're stuck, and we're just going to put a clip there. Make sure that stays where it is. Beautiful. So here and here we're going to have some waterfalls. And here we're going to have the spine where we're going to have pages. And over here I'm going to do a little block so that this part of the album can actually sit on it, so that it doesn't sort of drop into your pages. It can sit on that and it will actually stay firm like this. So I'm going to pause it just a minute and I'll be back in a tick. Okay, I've shot ahead and I've cut my pieces of black cardstock for my waterfalls, and I've cut 8 pieces, 4 on each. I may add another one, I'm not sure. So we've got 4.5 by 3.5, which will fit 4 by 3s. So turn it to the short side, and we are only using a 3/8 of an inch there it is, my little scoring thing. This is a broken one, broken pen. Anywho, 3/8 of an inch, and then we fold them over. So on the short side, at 3/8 of an inch. And last one. Of cardstock at what size did I say that was? 4.5. Wrong gadget. Doesn't matter how long it is, but you just need the 4.5 width, and we can trim it later. And we can, I am actually going to mat these before we put them on that backing. Okay, so here's the one that's got all the writing on it, that one, and it's upside down. Of course it is. So that's 4.5, so we want our matting to be 4.25. It's 3.5, so we want matting to be 3.25. 3.25. It's just 4.25 is good. And no, because we've got that score at 3/8 of an inch, so forget that one. That is wrong. Just rub that out. So we want that one to be 2 7/8. 2 7/8. Now, what would have made it easier for me, and probably you, is if I had cut this 3 3/4. Then I could have done so it's not going to fit a 4x3, which is a shame, but photos can be trimmed. Easy peasy, they can be trimmed. So 2 7/8. You could have made them bigger, never mind. So we need 8 pieces at 4 1/4 by 2 7/8. Okay. Now we've got some scrap paper that we've already cut, so let's see how we go. This one. I have got to mark these, it's just ludicrous, I can't see. That's 4 1/4. And 2 7/8 is there. So 4 1/4 by 2 7/8. Okay, that's one. I just double check that we are going to be nicely on the page. Beautiful. Got a nice 1/8 of an inch around everything. So that's one. 4 1/4. Oopsie daisy. Goes in the middle of that. 4 1/4 by, which is 4 1/4? That one. That way. By 2 7/8. That's 2. Okay, these are too small. This one looks good. 4 1/4 by 2 7/8. Where should I put this one? Two and 7/8. 4. I have to do these. Yeah, I've got to do this one horizontal. I want to add the yellow. 1 2 3 4 5. One and 1/4 and 2 7/8. Okay, I'm going to grab the yellow one. I don't have enough yellow here. 2 7/8. Still got plenty. 4 1/4. So that's, what's that, 6? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. and go to heaven. So we've got green there. Pink hearts would be nice, I think. Or actually, let's go to the purple hearts. Purple hearts. 2 7/8. And 4 1/4. Okay, if my counting is correct, that is 8. So 4 1/4 by 2 7/8. Actually, I'm thinking, I know I keep changing, I change my mind a lot on things. I'm thinking of, instead of putting I might put a waterfall and then a pocket. Let's think about that while we do the main waterfall. If you follow me, you know that I do things on the not spur of the moment, but it's not planned. Oops-a-daisy. It's not planned, and I haven't done this album before, so this is real time. Okay, that's 1. I'm really keen to put a pocket in there. But I've got so much lovely paper here that I can make some booklets and or photo mats. And I've also got the hinges to do for the actual. Oh, we're a little crooked, but it's okay. It is okay to be crooked. We are not a machine. Try not to do it again. Oh, something was cut wrong. Just a little bit. I think lesson learned from that, when you're cutting, Stella, stand up. I'm only a little short person, barely 5 foot inches tall. And I've hated being short all my life. Firstborn out of 5, and I'm the shortest. Go figure. Hey. Anywho. No need to stress about anything you cannot change. It is just crazy, isn't it? think this project is probably going to be over 2 videos. I'm sorry. I hope you will follow on with the project. Last one for the waterfall. Love that green, lovely shade of green. You do have time to manipulate it, but it's only in seconds. It's not like you've got a minute. Right, now this is the backing sheet. So decide which way we are going to go. 3. And I don't know how many I'm going to have. I'm thinking of having this one at the top. So we're starting from the bottom. Let's go green. So let's put some glue on that little flap there. And glue it right to the bottom of that backing piece. Make sure it's straight. Now then, this next one has got to butt up against this one. So right in, just there. Put some glue on that one. And then butt it up against it. Make sure the sides are even. Beautiful. Let's go blue next. Butt it right up, but don't go under it. Make sure you've got the same space between that one and that one. So it's best not to use tape for this. Always use glue, otherwise you could come unstuck. Pardon the pun. Because once the tape is down, that's it, it's down. Let's put the purple in there. See how lovely and straight that is? Pretty much straight. Pretty much straight. And burnish it well, inside and out. Now sometimes my glue, I don't put my glue right on the edge, otherwise it's going to come out. But when you do that, when you don't put it right on the edge, then fitting the next one, it could slip under. So use your own judgment there. And it doesn't matter if the glue comes out the top, because you're going to fit another one onto it. So okay, make sure that is straight, and I don't think it is. Yeah. Okay. See how many we can put on. We can put on quite a few actually. We can put all of these on. And then I can put a pocket on the other side. Yep. Let's put the yellow one on next. That's pretty good, isn't it? So let's put this one on, and then I'll check and see if I can fit one more on. If not, we will go with what we've got. Yep, we can put one more on. So we're going to have all 8 on this. Where did you come from? Ah, scrap. Okay. Okay, we're in a little bit of trouble here. Looks okay. And then what we're going to do is trim. And I'm just going to cut it right at the top of that last waterfall piece. And we're going to try and cut it straight, Stella, without cutting into that fold. Okay, and with this, we are going to trim this. What do I want? A 1 inch. I want 1 inch. Oh, itchy nose. 2 pieces at 1 inch. Ouch. Okay, on one piece we're going to score at 1/2 inch on the top, and this is going to go there, don't need it that long. Actually, put that on the bottom. Put that one on the bottom. You can do it as long as you want. But I definitely like to have some sort of closure for my waterfalls. So that's going to go, oh, and I'm not quite centered, but I'm not stressing. And I've gone with, I've just cut this scrap piece that's 4.5, half-inch, and I'll trim these in a minute as soon as I've put this piece on. Okay, make sure it's going to fit. Make sure they're at the same level. Turn it over. Put some glue here and fold it over. And hopefully it has stayed. Yes. So it's going to go there to there. So I am going to trim this bottom one. Trim it straight, Stella. Just giving me 3/4 of an inch to pop a magnet in there. Okay, which we are going to do now. I've got 2 little magnets. And that's 3 of them. These are so tiny and so strong. Where are you? Okay, up a bit. And I think that's good. Pop some glue on there. And then put some tape on. Just some glue. Pop that over. And then I have a clip. Got some lovely bulldog clips here. Okay, now I don't want to pull it. I want to leave some slack in here. Let's see if you can see it. We've got some slack in there, can you see? Just in here. Because you're going to put photos in it. And let's just hold these together. Now, to put it in my album, oops, daisy. I'll wait till this is dry, but to put it in my album, I put glue and tape on this backing piece only. So we'll start off with putting some, oops, Where'd you go? Let's just see if that has done. No, it hasn't done its job. Of course it hasn't. Oops, we're not straight. Straighten up. Okay, we're going to leave that for now. And that one is firmly closed. Now we're going to do, let's do our spine. So we need a piece of black cardstock. Okay, for our hinge, let me see what this measures. Can't recall. What do I need? A scrap here. I need 3 3/4 by 6 3/4, and of course these little pieces don't quite make it. Well, actually, let me think on this. Let me think on this. If I go, I'm going to try 6 1/2. I'm going to try 6 1/2. That's good. Thinking, sorry, I've gone back to this. I'm thinking that might be just too. What have you done? That's too much of a gap, see? Too much of a gap in there. So we'll go back to that. We're going. That's shocking, I can't see the lines. That is the half line. So we are going 6 1/2 by 3 3/4. No, that's wrong. Ooh. Okay, unfortunately, I don't think I can use. Yes, I can use scraps. Yes, I can. I can. 6 3/4. 6 3/4 by 3 3/4. That's not enough. I'm going to have to get another full sheet of black cardstock. Actually, no, I've got another scrap here. Three 3/4. I'm just going to put this light on for a sec. No, that's not making any difference. Oh yeah, there it is. Blind as a bat. No, it's bad lighting. Scrap. That's 3 3/4 by 6 3/4. So, with our scoring board, with the long side across the top, we are going with 1/2 inch and then 1/4 inch right up until the last 1/2 inch. So it's another 1/4, 1, 2, 1/4 inch, 1/4, 1, 2, 1/4, 1, 2 is 1/4, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm doing this wrong. Why don't you tell me I'm doing it wrong? Come on. Doing it wrong. So let's rub out these lines, and the way I rub them out, turn it upside down and go over that bump. It doesn't really matter that I've done this wrong. There we go. This is it. 1/2 inch. And 1/4 over, and 1/4 over, another 1/4, 1, 2, another 1/4, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters, 5 quarters, 6 quarters, 7 quarters, 8, whoa, 8 quarters, and I went off on a tangent there, so let's just rub that out a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quarters, 9 quarters, 10 quarters, and that should be 1/2 inch from there, and it is. Phew. So it's a little bit more actually than 1/2 inch, unless that's a bit less. It's 1/2 inch, and that's a little bit more. Maybe I needed another 1/4 inch there. Sorry. 1, 2. That gives me my 1/2 inch. So fold that 1/2 inch up, and burnish. Now on the second score from that 1/2 inch score, we're going to fold that one up, and then just grab it and push in the 1/4 inch score on either side. Push that in. So you've got that. And I like to go like this and burnish it. Okay, now count 1, 2. The first one goes up to form the gully. So on the second score after that, we've got another mountain. This is quite stiff cardstock, that's why I'm having trouble. It's 216, In fact, is it? Yeah, it is 216 GSM. So now if you look at that, we've got 2. Okay, count 2 more, and then fold it. I think I've folded them wrong. Sorry about this, folks. Sorry about this. And it's hard to see, I'm sorry. We've got that fold there. We don't need a gully there. So it's the first one after the fold. First one after the fold. And let's just put that there, just to hold it. So then we've got a 1/4 inch gully. Practice this on a piece of copy paper. Okay, then we're folding that one up. I actually missed one previously, so that's why we're having to do this again. So from that fold, that one, the second fold after it. Really need these now that I'm showing you. Mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley, and then that one as a mountain. And there's your 1/2 inch valley. Okay, so that's what you've got. One, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have 4 pages. Okay, so let's go to the other side. And inside of the mountain, we are going to just put some glue, and then we're going to fold it over. Burnish it well, scoot out the excess glue. Okay, and then the next inside mountain, which is there. Oopsie-daisy. Get carried away with the glue sometimes. Fold that over inside the mountain. Oops. And then burnish it, and you'll have those 2 locked in. So this is another inside the mountain piece. Refold if you need to, like I'm doing, so you can see where you're at. And then we'll put some glue here inside this mountain. And let's fold that over. And then the last one. Okay, that's the inside of the mountain. And fold it over. Okay, so now we're going to fold all our pieces back over to the other side, and we're going to burnish them. And burnish. So now we've got a hinge for 4 pages. That's it. And you can see on the back everything looks pretty straight. Just need a little bit of burnishing there to set that glue. I think it needs just, oh no. So, okay, that's that. Now I can leave this black, or I can put a tiny strip of decorative paper, less than 1/4 of an inch in there. So it would probably be 1/8 of an inch, I reckon. Maybe 3/16 of an inch to go between each one. And I might do that. So that's going to be taped and glued to here. Okay, let's get the tape happening. I'm just going to open them for now so that I can get my tape on. Okay, I've got, I think this is 2.5. No, it's 2 inches. Just less than 2 inches. It's probably a bit too big for this, but it's okay. Wait, I can fold it. So cut the tape off. Now let's give it a jolly good burnish. Burnish every little piece. Burnish every crease. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to take off the backing, and you can see this is a bit wide, that tape, so I'm just going to fold it over. And that works just as well as cutting it. So now I'm going to cover it with glue. Okay. looks straight. That looks straight. So hopefully, yep, that looks straight. Make sure you have a glue that dries clear, so that if you do have any overflow or mishaps, then it's not going to show. Okay, we open each little hinge and really burnish that down. And go back. Right, that's our hinges put in. So I'm going to quit for today and come back tomorrow and finish off. So I hope to save some time. I will probably prep quite a lot. I've already actually prepped my covers, my cover pieces. So that is going there, and this one's going there, so that when it opens, when you see the front, you've got the flap and the basic front all the same. Then we've got that one, and then we've got those two. Neat, lovely and bright and breezy. Okay, so that's some prepping done. So when we come back, I will have all my prepping done and we can just put it together. Okay, thanks for being with me. I hope you'll come back for part 2. And, oops, I've got to tidy up my desk now. It's a mess. Okay, thank you, and keep well and stay safe. Bye for now. Oops.